It's always been my way when things come up to research them. So while I was waiting for my appointment with the surgeon to set things up time-wise and get information and so forth for my brain surgery, I started looking into this tumor that I had. Here's what I found out initially. What I have is called a cranial pharyngioma. It is a very rare brain tumor. The figures are 0.5 to 2 of every million people get this. Lucky me. Not only that, the age that most gets it are 0 to 14, and the second most that get it are 57 to 74. I don't fit into any of those categories because I'm 76. But that's typical of me. I've had that problem all my life. If there's an anomaly, I'm the one. If they say, oh, there's a 1 in a million chance that this medication is going to make you nauseous, I'm throwing up. So, but I was surprised to hear that this was so rare and to hear that it mostly occurred in children. And I thought to myself at that time, well, I guess in that way I'm a little lucky, because if I'm going to have something like a brain tumor, at least I'm old. I won't have to go through as many things as I would if I had it when I was young. A little selfish maybe, but that's how I felt. So, another thing I found out is that this tumor is related to the pituitary gland. I'd heard that term. I didn't really know what that meant. But it was explained to me that the pituitary gland is what they call the master gland. It is the gland through which all hormones in your body pass so that they can do their work. So for example, it controls your thyroid. It controls your vision. It controls your appetite. There's a whole slew of things that the pituitary controls, so it's a pretty important gland. In addition to that, there is a stalk, what they call a stalk, that is attached to it. It kind of acts like a corridor for these hormones to pass through. Now, I never thought much about hormones. I knew about hormone therapy, things like that, but I really didn't pay much attention to it. Hormones are pretty important. They run your body. And the pituitary is the part of your body in your brain that determines what goes where. So it's pretty important. One of the most important things about the pituitary is it is located very close to the optic nerve. So when they go in to operate on this tumor, which is close to the pituitary, they're operating very close to many important things, including the optic nerve. I was told before this surgery that there was no guarantee that I wouldn't come out of it having lost my vision. That concerned me greatly because one of the things that I do a lot of is post on hubpages.com as a writer and now on YouTube as a videographer. And if you can't see, it's pretty hard to do those things. And I really like doing these things, so that was concerning me. Also, I used to teach at the School for the Blind up in upstate New York, and so I know more than the average person does about what being blind means. And it was a real area of concern for me. This tumor is not malignant, so that was a good thing, I thought. That put me at ease. But I've since found out that that's not as good as it sounds. There are a lot of bad things that go with this kind of tumor. One of which is that it's common for it to come back even after you've had surgery and even after it appears that the doctor's got it all. And that is exactly what's happening to me right now. I had the surgery June 10th, 2019. We're now at almost in February of 2020. So it's only been a little more than 6 months, and here it is again, even though the doctor felt that he got it all. So hang in there. I'm going to continue with this story in my next video.